That's actually the FRS bands. Like FRS radios you get at Walmart. This Bofang actually can do that. So this is actually at 6:37 in the evening, but it's nighttime in Utah time. So this is actually my area, probably about 7 to 8 miles away. Probably about 10 miles, I'm guessing. Or they could be all the way from Salt Lake, you don't even know. Mostly they're out by where the road constructions they usually have. That's what you're hearing these guys, these people. But that's actually what you're hearing construction workers on there. That's why they're talking about cars and stuff, and you hear stuff like that on FRS. Mostly that's what they use, those cheap budget radios. They can be used on Walmart radios, Bofang radios. This is a Bofang. You can do 2-meter ham and 7-centimeter ham radios too. You can do MERS. You can do GMRS. You can do weather radio. Mostly that's what you're hearing right now. And I'm usually picking them up this hour, but they're probably going to be there till like 8 to 9 o'clock at night, maybe between 8. They're probably doing construction before the weather gets bad. Because mostly, if you hear construction workers on when they're saying copycat and all that crap, it's actually an FRS band, family radio. That's what it is. The Walmart radios you get at Walmart for the FRS radios, it doesn't matter, any FRS radio will hear it. But this is actually a better one. Has an See, they're telling about every car, but they don't identify their license plates. But if you're at construction workers stuff, like those little how they do those detour signs when they do the stop flag poles and stuff, that's when you would hear them on the FRS and GMRS, because then you know they're talking about you. That's how I heard about a guy was cussing on the radio about this talking about this lady's car and stuff like that. Sometimes you should hear that, what they talk about you on the radio. But you get those where they work on the road constructions, that's where you're hearing these ladies on, because they're probably down in they could be like 5 miles away, they could be 8 miles away, they could be out by the interstate, or they could be at any road they are. They're walking over each other when they're doing that. FRS. They're probably not holding the radio up in the air, right? Oh, that's why it's static, but they're yeah, it's actually flag workers. That's what you're hearing. Asia will come in about 10 minutes later. They're probably going to be up all night doing that, because that means construction workers. It means they're fixing the roads. That's what they're doing. You can hear this on interstates. They probably have a larger antennas that can hear them. I'm surprised they're using the FRS band for this kind of crap. That's actually the family radios. That's the ones at Walmart. You get like 30. Hey, just a two vehicle. Hey, copy that. Send it back to you. That's actually construction workers. You're just like NASCAR. Well, that's someone else on the radio. You hear that crap?
but I can't tell what kind it is.
It's pretty good on a mountain. I could picked it up on a small antenna like that. If you put it on a mobile antenna, you can hear it all the time. Then could be an FRS base station or a Motorola. That sounds like a Motorola system. That's not a Bowfang. Bowfang has a Roger beep. You could turn it on and turn it off. But if they can't hear you or they ignore you on the radio, they have privacy codes. Like they have little codes on the side. Like God, hear them? They probably make like $10 an hour knowing these construction workers. But they have like privacy codes on FRS and GMRS radio. They have these things on the side. And if they can't hear you, they usually talk to each other. They only can hear each other. That's what it is.
It's a Chevrolet Black.
It's not bad for a little radio can do that. This actual radio can do a little bit more. They come in 8 watts too and 5 watts. This is a 5 watt. The green one was an 8 watter. But it could do almost all the bands. It could do ham radio, it could do MERS, it could do FRS, GMRS. FRS you're allowed to talk on and MERS too. Believe me, you'll know every construction worker that wants to talk about you. Yeah, that's how they're doing it. They're probably going to be in their mobile rigs or their walkie-talkies. Mostly you can see their walkie-talkies when you drive right by them. I've seen them before. Mostly they have those Motorola talkabouts. I've seen the yellow ones. But they're probably the $70 radios they get at Home Depot. But you want to hear them? You got some fun.
What are you yawning, you guys? Hey, got your black Chevy car. Setting back to you. Copy that.
These people are probably not young as 20 to 18 years old. Probably.
You guys better quit yawning because I'm not here to start yawning myself.
Yeah, these are construction workers that really. There we go. Turn that up a little bit. Yeah, you can hear them. These people are probably going to be there till like 8 o'clock at night knowing them. They're probably going to be there till the rain hits them. They're doing nighttime construction. That's how you can hear them. Yeah, they're talking about trucks now.
E-A-N-K-E-R, tanker.
That's a gas truck. Tanker means.
Here you go, girl.
Holy sh.
No,
These girls probably work like $8 an hour, probably.
No, but hell no.
Now you can hear construction people. That's when you get one of these radios, but they do it at night when they do their construction because people during the day don't do that. They do it during the day too. Believe me, I'm telling all my special friends, including Danielle and Blake, man. You can't.
Hey, ding ding.
Yeah, you can probably hear these people on the interstate, mostly the interstates or other highways. Believe me, you'll be able to find them when they're talking about radios. That's when. No, the only way how they're talking.
15 minutes. 15 minutes. Boy, you know how to burst somebody's bubble, don't you? No, I'm trying to play it. We're almost out of here. About 15 minutes.
They're probably using Vox, like automatic voice mic. You turn on the Vox. They actually have it in this radio. When you speak into it, automatic talks from the microphone without pressing the button. They can use a handheld like a speaker, regular microphone that connects to the radio, or a Vox cable, because the Vox usually had the antenna really close to their chest when you see them when you drive on the road, at those places where they do constructions, like like the flagmans when they try to stop everybody.
Did you send your swan? Is it a flatbed diesel? Copy that. I got a Sidewinder wanting to go that way.
Now they're walking over each other.
Got your flatbed. Which way does the Sidewinder want to go? Eastbound behind you.
See, that's,
Copy.
you just heard them walk over each other, just like when you hear that in the background, like that you just heard. She just walked over to that person. That's called walking over each other on the radio. You gotta give it time when you do that. I've seen it happen many times. They walk over each other.
Calm down. You are the next person on the Price is Right.
God, these people are crazy. You hear that crap? You can tell they're really...
Yeah, she's on it like blue bonnet. It's her own birthday today. A big semi is lost, and it's got like gray paneling on the sides, and it's split up on the top.
God, you can tell these people are really...
So in this cold weather, you take some NyQuil. It's sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aches, except you have to listen to us. Medicine. You can rest and have a good day medicine. No.
They're talking on Vox, they're using the Vox mic because they automatically talk to each other like...
You know you watch too much TV when you memorize the commercial. You're the one that was saying it, honey. I just told you the part you forgot. Forgetting that I have it in the commercial.
But telling Danielle, like, if you could hear this shit on the radio, like, or Blake, man, you can get in a hell of a conversation and play with those people pretty quite good. You can do something really funny about that. Let me tell you, when you hear people talking like that, when there's like, they're just throwing some sense of humor. They're cool.
Watch TV growing up, yes, but I don't watch it on a consistent basis. I used to. This was several years ago. They changed it since then. Send me my traffic. Blue presents. Yep, copy the westbound.
Yeah, those are construction workers.
There's the bumblebee.
The flag
Copy
people.
bumblebee. I can see my breath in the air.
You can tell they don't know how to talk professional, like pretty good, like CBers, but
Maybe he thinks you're cute. Or she. She ain't a dyke. Oh, I was trying to be funny. I was just joking with you. Anybody that looks at her should sell out. Right? I was trying to cheer you up. I am here too. She's beautiful, loves her car, probably likes to take it for a cruise. Everybody does when they have ponies. Yeah.
yeah, they walk. That's a guy walking over. There's three people on this radio.
Hey, clear for eastbound? Hang on a minute. Yeah, you're clear for eastbound. You're sending eastbound.
The third guy's got to be the guy in the truck or somehow, and the other ones are probably the two girls, the flagpole people. Like they spin the sign when they say go and stuff. Yeah, they're probably.
Oh, red car. Pretty sure it's a Hyundai. Copy. Did you guys see the Camaro that was the bumblebee? They went through?
They're talking about the.
You get turned off by him. Just the one and only one car. There's one that's the Ford. That was the Ford that turned off. It came in and out all day long.
Definitely, that's the mobile rig.
On the last one, I'm seeing that.
Yeah,
Or Dick, present.
and
You re-gifter? Are you a re-gifter? I like to make things homemade too. Are you a re-gifter? I don't give away things that other people have given me. I keep and appreciate people give me. if somebody gave me something I didn't need and I knew somebody else that could use it, then I would give it to somebody else. If that's what you mean, like something like that, yeah. But no, I don't just give away presents for people. Cindy. Bobby.
Walking over each other, dang. That doesn't sound good.
One sheep alone. I'll be the one sheep alone. Like if I had kids, they'd have to take really good care of their toys, because the ones they grow out of, once they grow out of them, we'd re-gift them to other people. You haven't had kids, have you? No, but I got nieces and nephews. Oh, and they take really good care of their stuff? My sister's kids, yes. Oh, okay. Do they ever use kids, like kids sleeping? They're really good kids. They're not perfect, but they're really good. They're awesome. I know. I want to go home. Here you go. You're one sheep, Steve. Sending presents to you. Copy that. More presents.
Yeah, these are construction workers. They're doing the flagpole things on the road when they let the cars pass by. That's what you're hearing. There's got to be 3 people involved.
Vehicle with 2 vehicles. Last one's maroon car.
They're getting a lot of traffic, sounds like. But yeah, there's 3 people on the radio in there. That's got to be the mobile rig, the one with the...
Look at my hands together and say, I want to go home. I want to go home. There's no place like home.
You can tell these people are really bored.
I would if I could reach you. You got it. Flip your heels twice. I did 3 times.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, 3 times. Okay, I'm clear, so go ahead and choose. I'm clear too. I can have the imaginary cards, but I don't have any. Okay, the imaginary card's coming up at you. Oh, it's a blueberry. Chocolate, hot chocolate for it. It's a blueberry, not a bumblebee. Yeah, it's imaginary. It's a figment of your imagination. It's a figurine of your imagination. When I was little, I loved pink and purple, but I like all colors. Copy that. I really love all colors, but like I had a green outfit I wore a lot when I was little. We are, all of us women are all princesses. Sons and daughters of God, princess and princesses.
No. Gee.
Golly gee, as I kick my foot in the air. Oh, shucks.
God, you can tell they're really bored to death. That's why they're talking like that and they're construction workers. God, someone should get some good conversation. Someone should go talk to them or something like that on the radio. I bet someone throw something really good. God.
Hey, we're earning money, honey. Be glad. I want to go home. You have a nice hot bubble bath, huh? Yeah. Did that night, too. I did. Filled it full of water twice, because the first time I filled it full, I lay down on the couch and it was cold. And I woke up and the water was like warm, so I had to empty it and then fill it up again. Roger that. It's normal.
Then when they start talking.
Ain't my house. It's his house. But it's got jet.
God, these people are really bored with it. Sounds like they're talking on the radio.
And it's got 2 pictures. Fancy. And 3 3/4 batteries. Sending what down?
Told you could say anything on the radio if you were that quite good. I don't know if they can hear you, because sometimes they probably can. Because they don't hear you. There are privacy codes. I'm going to end this right now in a minute. Just wanted to show you what was on the scan on the bands tonight. On November 27, 2017. This is on the FRS band on Channel 8 in Utah, where I live, up in that area you guys know. So that's mostly coming from the interstate, probably, or probably one of the roads. Mostly, a lot of times on the interstate they do all that. Because the only way you know they have FRS radios. The only way you know they have FRS radios, they have those walkie-talkies on their chest. Usually you will see them. Don't worry, I'm not going to end the conversation. Gotta see something pretty funny about this. I'll end this on this video soon in a minute. They're getting pretty far away now when they're doing that. This thing's on squelch. That's why I put it on the squelch, so you won't. Let me see, they went to another channel. There we go, we're back on. God, these people are still... Yeah, I'll be putting this video on YouTube in private out there, and plus in a group where our family members can see this. It's pretty funny.
You know what you do when somebody has their brights on?
Good.
Start waving your wand sporadically, then they turn the brights off.
The weather's like 40 degrees outside right now. That's why they're freezing out there in their jackets.
Okay, Janina, you got to tell me why you're sending these down. It's a gray van. Gray van. Copy that. No cars yet.
It's the mobile rig. The one that big guy is. Or it could be a walkie-talkie. But that's how you know these construction workers will have those walkie-talkies. You'll see them on their chest, mobile Rollos, or they can have a mobile rig in their car doing it. They could probably go up at least maybe about 5 miles at least, maybe about 2 miles at least with these radios they have, the FRSs. Some could be a 2 mile or a mile or more. It's pretty good, I can hear them all.
I'll be present.
It's pretty good, I can hear them all the way up in the mountain where I live.
Check, check. Okay. This is double with the hook. I'm gonna throw a tail on that. I'm gonna throw the tail on that. Copy more. No, I'm not. They turned off. This is double. Double what? Double.
think I actually have 8 1. So we're ending this conversation now on this radio. I just wanted to show you what's going on in the band tonight on the FRS. And this thing's going on so long, but yeah, I actually heard some hams on the radio early just tonight, but I'm gonna check some more bands later. We'll get some recordings on this video. I'm gonna put this video out here right now for the FRS band. So all my special friends, including Blake and Danielle, will be able to hear that, and my family members out east. So I'll be putting on that group page like I put out there, because no one can't see this group. It's usually all the ham radio stuff on there I put in there. Because I usually put that update on there for you guys out there. Teach you about ham radios and stuff and what it is. But I can put something with CBs and FRSs. It's usually a secret group, but mostly you can have a lot of that. But I'm showing that to them right now. So if you have one of those FRS radios, you can get in a conversation with someone like that, because trust me, believe me, that's when you'll be able to find out a lot of cool things if you want to do that. But most construction workers have those privacy codes in their device. They have the little number on the side on there. Sometimes they might not be able to hear you, and they only hear each other on both ends. Sometimes they don't. And the only way I forgot, I was just a lot of the construction workers will have walkie-talkies. They're on the side on their chests and stuff. Usually you'll notice the radios that have walkie-talkies, like Motorola, Talkabouts, other ones like the Walmart brand radios. Most of those are FRSs or GMRS radios. They're not hams, because a lot of them are. The bullfang, like this radio, you can hear them. You can actually talk through FRS, GMRS, MERS, 2-meter band for hams, and 7-centimeter band for hams. And the weather radio you can listen to, and FM. But pretty good for FRS, because that's how you're going to know the construction workers if they talk bad about you. Because I heard a guy talk bad about 2 weeks ago, some lady driving a car calling her a B word. Believe me, if you're at one of those construction sites, if you're in your car on the interstate, you know how they do the flagpole things and you slow down the cars and you had to wait to the other end? That's what they were doing on this radio. You'll be able to hear them. You turn on your radio, scan the FRSs. You have an FRS radio, you'll be able to hear them on the FRS radio and GMRS. Believe me, they're only like, I think they're like 20 channels for FRSs, or probably 50 or 10 at least. I think they're 24 channels, but GMRS is like, I think the whole system is like 30 channels in the whole system. But mostly it's probably about 20 channels for FRSs. Mostly I think there are at least 10 channels. I think there are like 15 channels for FRSs, or 16 or 17. Usually they stick around between channel 8 or channel 11 a lot of times. I've seen. Mostly a lot of times it's channel 8, but if you have the FRS radio, you'll be able to hit the scan and look at it. Any FRS radio will hear them. Doesn't matter how old it is. Either way, if you have a GMRS too, it doesn't matter how old it is, it's still the same frequencies. But believe me, you'll hear these construction workers. If they talk bad about your car or anything about you, they usually let you know on the radio. But you will not hear them that way. They do that crap. You get some ones like that, but those were pretty respectful ones. That lady sounds like Betty Boop. Maybe that's the way they talk on the microphone, because it's kind of different on a voice microphone from sound processors. That's how they are. Them girls will probably be around maybe in their... Those are actually Mormon girls, or probably just normal people that live in Utah. Mostly if it was in the Deep South, you probably hear southern accents. And mostly that way, but in cities you usually hear the normal accents. They sound more like a northern accent to me. But if I was anybody, that was pretty cool. But I'm going to let you go. Just wanted to show you what was on the air bands tonight. And if I get any more on that, I usually will put that out there a little later. If I get a hammer or something like that, when they get in a whole conversation, you might want to hear some of this. And I'll put that out there on YouTube when I get more videos out there. This is Richard. Have a wonderful week this week. Catch y'all later. Just wanted to show you what the FRS bands in Utah, what they sound like tonight at 6 o'clock, almost 7 o'clock in the evening. Usually they're out there at that time. A lot of construction workers anywhere in the United States will have one of these radios like that. So that was the family radio network you heard. But construction workers do use it, and GMRS. For the interstates and U.S. highways, you'll be able to hear them. And you can talk back to them if you want. Catch you later.